What's up? We're here with something new today, thanks to my sponsorship with Millennium Games. Millennium Games is the largest tabletop gaming store in the East Coast, and they have the best disc selection in Rochester. And they have hooked me up today with 2 new discs that have just hit their shelves so that you can go and pick one up. Today. Right now, we're on hole 14 of the Ellison Park summer layout, and we're here because, for me, this is an overstable mid-range shot. And if you want an overstable mid-range, and you like a little bit of weirdness in your disc, you're going to want to pick up a Mutant. People have been talking about this as the Cybertruck of discs. It's got these really unique straight portions on the edge of the bevel. It has a small bead as well, but there's no other disc out there that has these sharp corners almost. You can see there's one here towards the flight plate, kind of in the center where the stamp is, and then there's several that make up the edge here, and then the far edge of the disc is actually flat, giving it a totally blunt profile, and this is a really overstable disc. So I'm going to throw this out on 3 different angles. We're going to start out with a consistent hyzer shot, then we're going to hit it flat, and then we're going to put it on some anhyzer. So let's see how the Discmania Evolution Mutant flies. That is really beefy. That is a lot of overstability. It did slip out of my hand a little bit. I'm a little chilly right now, but that's basically what it's going to do when you put it on high. So I'm going to go grab that, we'll throw it flat, and then we'll check out what an anti does. We're going to hit it much flatter now, but I'm still going to see that hard finish. Yeah, that's basically in the same spot. I mean, that's what we're talking about with this kind of overstability. It's also a 5-speed disc, and so when we're throwing 264 feet, we're really going to have to get all over it to get it all the way there. So now I'll go grab that, we'll put it on anhyzer, and we'll see if we can get a little bit more out of it, or if it just beefs its way out. All right. Let's try some anhyzer. That went pretty well. I think that's what it's going to take to get this disc to carry into a full S curve. Because if you throw it on hyzer, God forbid, or if you throw it flat, it's really going to finish very hard. It's a utility disc. It feels a little different in the hand, but I don't like it. We're going to take this same shot with a forehand. I'm going to put about as much into it as you would put into a 5-speed. I can really force this because it's so stable, so overstable. And then again, we're going to go hyzer, flat, and in. That's pretty point and shoot. Overstability. It's consistent. All right, now we're going to give it a flat release. You might notice a little bit of wobble. That's coming from my forehand. It's not coming from the disc, but because it's so overstable, it does a good job of limiting the off-axis torque and getting back to that consistent flow. That had a little baby anhyzer on it. I don't think it's going to get that sweep to the left and get it truly flat, but this disc is so overstable that we're going to be trying out an anhyzer much deeper. All right, we're going to throw this on a forehand anhyzer now, and we're going to look up.
That might even be longer than the backhand anhyzer. It held the ante, but it's so stable that it started to pan out right as it reached the apex of the flight, and that's what you get. So head to Millennium Games and pick up a Discmania Mutant. Alright, so we are here for part 2 of today's disc review and demonstration. This is the Discmania Evolution Splice. It is a very overstable disc as well. Not quite as overstable for its category as the Mutant. It's a 9304. But this is going to do it if you're throwing under 500 feet as far as an overstable 9-speed goes. And it's great for forehand. Like I was saying with the Mutant, overstable discs will help fight out of that off-axis torque, and you'll get a better flight out of less good releases. So we're going to do it again. Backhand, hyzer flat ante, forehand, hyzer flat ante. Let's give it a shot. All 9 of the L's in there they have. Wow, yeah, that stability really didn't give it much carry. It's a 3 glide, so as advertised. Alright, that's what a hyzer is going to look like. You start an already overstable disc out on hyzer, just going to work to the ground as fast as possible. Alright, now we're going to give it flat throw with the backhand. And the basket is right there between those 2 trees, so let's see if I can get a little cheeky with it. Wow. Gave that a little bit of hyzer, but I hit my gap. Let's try that again. That started out flat, but it's so stable that it got up to a skip. Let's try anhyzer. Alright, we're going to try to get an anhyzer angle on this now. I'm going to put it out pretty steep because this doesn't have a lot of glide, but it will start to pan out immediately. It's going to finish going left. We've got a bit of a headwind, which might help me out. And for a disc this overstable on a shot like this, I think the anhyzer line is going to be what gets the most distance out of this, because if you put it flat or on hyzer, it just hunts the ground. Ridiculously overstable. I was incorrect at the beginning when I said this was not as overstable for its category as the Mutant is. That thing is way overstable. All right, now let's get the forehand treatment. Yep. Point and shoot. I'm going to release the forehand flat now. I'm still going to have to aim to the left side of this guy. Now, that flight's not a great description of hitting the tree limb, but that is what a Splice wants to do. Forehand anhyzer. Let's see if I can get this beef machine to lay up flat on the top of the hill. I thought that was going to be enough anhyzer angle to push it to pan left, but it's just too stable. And because it doesn't have much glide, it kind of flips over and dumps back to the right. Alright, so that's how a Mutant flies, and that is how a Splice flies on all 6 shots. They're both great utility discs, not meaning that they can do everything like a Leatherman or something like that, or utility knife. Utility disc as in it has its specific use. When you're stuck in a weird place, especially in the woods, that really steep forehand look is sometimes all you've got. And if you have either the Mutant or the Splice in your bag, you won't have to worry about it panning left the whole time. It'll flip and turn. Thank you so much to Millennium Games for sponsoring me and sponsoring this video. Check them out in Henrietta, New York, the largest board game store on the East Coast. All your tabletop game needs and the best disc selection in Rochester. See you next time.
I've never even thrown this disc before. I've never even thrown this mold before. What's an MD3?